Hey, we're live.
I thought we were live the whole time.
Oh no, I gotta warm you guys up, but then we jump into the live, like a professional or something. But hey, we are back with the Great Freight Race Week 4 recap. Um, we've got some tight races here for the two teams going head to head to see who will be the winner chicken dinner, and then for the four solos going head to head for see who will be the winner chicken dinner for the solos. And the teams right now, we've got Nevada Trucking and Trails with $25,774 through 3 weeks. And then we've got Trucking Together with 24,681. So they're about $110. I'm sorry, $1,100 apart, give or take. So they're right there neck and neck. And so I'm excited to get into these numbers. Trucking Together, Martin and Alice, how are you guys doing tonight? And how was your week 4? Give us a little recap.
Oh, we're doing great.
We're tired.
Yeah, we're tired. We got in this morning, probably about 4 a.m. by the time we got to our house. How was week 4 or week 5? Week 4.
Week 4, yeah.
It's so hard to keep track of all this.
It is. We're a week behind, so it's so awkward sometimes for me. Like I have to transport my mind back to that week. It's hard.
Yeah, I'm the exact same way. Week 4, it's been good. It's been smooth and steady for us. I believe, did we have to wait on a trailer that week for a couple hours?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple hours.
But that was it. Everything else was smooth, and it was a good week.
Cool. And you guys making your run, just to remind everybody, they make a run from Sacramento to Denver, leased on with Siva, correct?
Yep, that's it.
Nice. Okay. So without further ado, give me your week 4 numbers so I can put them in the spreadsheet.
You want to give the numbers?
You do it. You talk better than me.
Martin's so shy.
You talk good.
All right.
You talk gooder.
You talk gooder. I'm tired. I just listen.
Our gross, as same as last week, $11,113. We ran 4,776 miles. We were gone for about 3.75 days, 3.75 days. Fuel bill last week was, for week 4, $2,844.
It was a windy day.
Yeah, the fuel mileage was was bad. It was so windy. Insurance as always is $46 a week. So that leaves
ridiculous. Sorry, go ahead.
Ridiculous. So that leaves us with a net of $8,223. That's where we're at.
All right, and that gives you guys a 4-week. Okay, so 4 weeks is like basically a month, right? I mean, I know it's not exactly a month, but some months you just got your 4 weeks. So 4 weeks, 28 days. You guys made $32,904 take home. That's like more than $1,000 a day take home after fuel, after expenses.
We paid off a lot of crap.
Yeah, we're doing this to pay off debts right now, and we've paid off a lot of stuff this past month, and that's like the most awesome feeling ever.
Yeah, that's that. I'm gonna do that. Every single person that reports their numbers, I'm gonna be like, you realize that's your monthly net income, your take home, right? That's a crazy number. But 32,000 is pretty good. Okay, well, why don't you guys stick around just for one more minute, because I'm gonna put Nevada Trucking and Trails on here, and then we'll see where you guys are at on the head-to-head. So Nevada, Mr. Kyle.
I made it from the start this time.
Yep. Hey, and at some point, I've got to maybe plan a live where your wife is actually awake so that she can join you as well. That'd be good, because he is part of a team as well. He's not just solo. But
well, I just talked to her, so I don't know if she was getting dressed or not. Maybe she'll pop up here.
Cool. Well, all right. So how was your week 4?
Better than week 3.
Okay. Well, then that answers that, I think.
Yeah, not on the gross though. I did less gross, but I took home more, and I think it's because I had we kind of switched it up to where we're not doing that coast to coast, and so we're doing less miles, more money. And that's kind of like something
That's
I
always
sat
good.
down with my boss. I was like, hey, I want to run a little bit different, and this is what I'm thinking. So we did 4,993 miles, a total of 6 loads, and we grossed 15,706. Out of that, we had total expenses of 53,115, which gave us a net of 10,390.
10,390, which gives you a 4-week total of $36,000, 164.
Money's good.
I mean, okay, so trucking together, you guys are. I thought maybe this would pull you guys closer this week, but Nevada Trucking Trails is kind of
Let me also
stretching out a little bit
state
of lead.
that I did work the full 7 days.
You didn't take a day off. And,
So I'm not too far ahead of them, and I'm really surprised with their numbers for going out and getting 2-3 days at the house every week. They're doing amazing, and I'm impressed, and it makes me kind of think a little bit. So
you're kind of jealous. I think we're all a little jealous of them, actually. Well, that's cool. And both of you guys are husband and wife teams, which makes a difference because you get to spend time together, even if it's not home with your, with your kids and with your families. You still get to be with each other, which makes a difference. Because my wife, who just said hello, truckers, is home by herself trying to take care of all of the kids and all that stuff, and I'm out here in Minnesota, so it makes a difference that you guys are with each other. So, all right, I'm gonna let Trucking Together let you guys go to your dinner appointment. Thank you guys for joining us, and we'll get to the rest of the numbers after you guys take off. But you guys have anything else you want to add before you leave? Anything you want to?
Just I'm really impressed on how well the lease carriers are competing against those that are on their own authority at the spot market. I always had suspected that, it'd be kind of close in the end, and just seeing how well everybody that's actually leased on is doing. It's just, it blows my mind. It's the market is great right now, whether you're on your own authority or you're leased on with somebody. So it's really cool.
Yeah. To be fair, the two guys that are on their own authority are both based in California and stay around California. So it does color it a little bit. If someone was on their own authority out there where Matt lives, I think we'd have a different set of numbers to look at. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see if maybe on the next round, if we do this again, I'll try and expand this to more people in different markets with different lanes that they run, and obviously different business setups as well, and freight types. I think getting the whole variety would be the best way to go. So cool. Well, all right. Well, thank you guys. I'll let you guys run, and we'll get to the next set of numbers. Speaking of Nomad Trucker out in Tennessee, do you want to jump into yours next?
Yeah. You're ready.
Yeah, let's do it.
I had to jot it down real quick, but I got it here. I don't know if I took insurance out of the last couple of weeks, but it's $31.62 a week. That's my insurance. So if you want to adjust the last couple of weeks,
that's silly as well. So
yeah,
you're
everybody else is mentioning insurance. So I gotta go ahead and throw it. So last week 4, I did 1,510 miles. Home every day.
You were running really hard then.
I was exhausted, man. Exhausted. It was with Landstars cut. $10,000 was the load pay. With that's before Landstar took their cut, but it was $71.65 after Landstar took their portion. I got $529 in fuel, and then the $31.62 in insurance. Brought my net to the truck home. Yeah, after fuel. So my net home was $6,604.38 on 1,510 miles. Home every day.
Home every day. Okay. So is that more of those auto parts are you doing, or
that was the last week of the auto parts.
Last week. Oh, so sad. No.
Oh, you're gonna be saying so sad when it comes to week 5 of my numbers.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
But we're good. We're good.
All right. Well, all right. So just to give everyone perspective, the reason why I keep saying it's ridiculous for these guys to have $25 and $32 for their insurance is because I pay $340 a week. Now that's because I'm on my own authority. I'm on my own numbers. I have my own insurance policy. I don't get the benefit of Landstar or Siva's large, discounts, and I'm covering the cargo insurance, whereas Landstar, I believe, covers cargo and all that kind of stuff. So they're taking, and it's their trailer, so they're taking quite a bit of the the risk there. And
absolutely.
in my case, I take that risk, so I have to pay the higher premiums for the insurance. So
Yeah, I mean, I think that's why
I'm paying
Landstar is so
more
strict.
than you. Because
You
with
are?
mine, I pay 176 for my bobtail physical damage, and I owe the carrier weekly $250. So I'm somewhere in like the 420, 415 range or something like that.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's a lot. Well, I guess you got two drivers. Maybe that's why. I don't know. I mean, the brand new trucks don't help.
The cargo liability insurance is like, it might be 200. So we might be like right in the same ballpark.
Gotcha.
It's either 200 or 250, but one's 250, one's 200, one's the trailer. So I think, yeah, it's one or the other. But then I got that 176 breakdown on top of it.
Yeah. And what's that for? What's the 176 for?
For bobtail physical damage for the truck.
Oh, that's what you. Okay, yeah. So that was the first one, and then it's like 200 that you pay to the carrier for to help them with the cargo and everything else.
The cargo liability insurance. Yep.
Gotcha. Okay.
Part of the fixed cost.
Gotcha. Okay. So moving on from Nomad Trucker out in Tennessee, we've got Nomadic Brit, who is in second place for the solos. And I muted him a while back. Oh no, I didn't. Did I unmute you?
Yeah, I unmuted it because I thought it was me messing around. Sorry.
No. Your papers were right next to the microphone, so they were actually being really loud when you were shuffling papers. So I just muted you real quick while you were shuffling around. But now you're good. I can hear you. Good to go. Okay.
Right, week four, because I was out. I took a couple of days off again on the weekend, but I come in at $5,719.95 in revenue. $120.91 for my fixed costs, which is insurances, permits, and all that jazz. I put extra fuel in because it was coming into the following week, which is $1,486.10. So I made $4,112.94 net.
Okay, so 4113, we'll call it. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, on 3,113 miles, which was basically 50-50 empty and loaded. Not a bad week, but next week's way better.
Oh shoot! Well, that's bad news for me because you did better than me this week and next week. But no, we're so the 4,113. Now you usually kind of work through the weekends and work on recaps and do that kind of as like a normal mode, right? But
right.
So you've taken a couple weekends now during this freight race, and your numbers are still. They're not as good as your week one numbers, but they're right around 4,000. It looks like. Take home.
Right, and I was off yesterday because I had to go to a wedding reception thing, and I left out this morning. Oh, left out sort of lunchtime today, 12 o'clock, and now I'm in Tennessee at Georgia Pacific plant for a 6 o'clock in the morning offload of 5,500 gallons of nice flammable stuff.
So that is so you're doing for those of you who don't know, he's leased on to Schneider as a hazmat tanker owner operator, paid off truck, which helps, but you're still making really good money, and especially for taking the time off, and because that's I think most people want to try to circle back to the house for the weekends if they can, or more often if you can make it work, but. That's right. Hustle Bones said tanking and baking. That's right. Nomadic Brit. We got to get Nomadic Brit some T-shirts with the Union Jack that says tanking and banking. But all right, cool.
Yeah.
So that puts you at a 4-week total of take home $18,566. That's not bad for one truck running. I forgot to do Nomads, but who cares? His is a lot. It doesn't matter. It's a lot.
That's not fair.
I mean, for 1 month, how much money does one man need in 1 month? That's what I want to know. $23,000 for one month of work, and that's take home, guys. That's take home after fuel, after insurance, after his carrier's cut. That is take home.
And that's literally 2 weeks of that month. I've been home every day, off on the weekends, hardly working at all. And then I took a whole week off.
I was gonna say no, and then week 2 you didn't work at all.
Yeah.
You were negative 184 on week 2. So if you would have just done, had your worst week again in week 2, you would be almost $30,000 in a month. Take home. I can pay my bills on a lot less than that. But all right.
Have to block all the IRS agents.
Yeah, I know, right? I know and this isn't like a true net because there are other costs associated with trucking businesses, but the money that, this is just after operating costs. And then, you're going to have to buy tires. You're going to have to pay for repairs. There's a lot of other things that go into this. So this, for all you IRS agents out there, this isn't a true net income. Okay. Our taxes won't match up to this, but we will be writing off more than what we're taking off for this contest. Okay. Okay. BT Trucking, Larry, sitting at home waiting for a DOT random.
Hold on, give him a drum roll.
Yeah.
No, hey, mine was, I was coming back from Virginia, so I had 2 loads to the military load, and then I had Sparks to home for a total of $6,000 gross. I paid $1,100 in the fuel, and my fixed cost was about $800. So it ran me about $4,100 net.
Man, that's not bad for coming back from the East Coast because I
was gonna drive empty from Nevada home, but I just got lucky to fall into that load. It just fit perfect. So.
You're gonna say I was gonna drive empty back from the East Coast, but I decided I'd try and make some money along the way.
Hey, I watched your videos. You did it. You did a lot of empty miles on the way back east. So
I did. But there was weird stuff going with that because I couldn't just follow the loads. I had to try and get miles to the schools and all that. So it was a little
different.
Yeah, little different. Let's see. Oh, I'm like, who's the last one? That'd be me. That would be me. All right. So my week 4 was just okay. I did 6,650 for my gross. I spent $1,450 in fuel. And after my truck, trailer, and insurance payments, I ended up netting $3,730. So once I put that in, I'm barely staying ahead of Larry to hold on to third place among the solos here. But Matt, Mr. Nomad Trucker, is running away with it. 23,000, followed by Nomadic Brit, leased onto Schneider. For all you people who say you can't make money, leased onto Omega Carrier, $18,566 in 4 weeks. Says otherwise. And then I've got 17,765, and Larry with BT Trucking has 17,159. So we're about $600 apart. So it's going to come down to the last couple weeks to see who gets in last place, because whoever's in last place has to get a tattoo of a truck on their butt. So that's
okay. What
that's
buffer,
not a real thing.
I was gonna say, what buffer do I get for the 2 weeks of power only then?
Yeah. There's nothing going there. So all right, so it's hard for us to keep straight sometimes because today is the end of week 5 technically. So like we're doing Monday through Sunday weeks, and so today's the end of week 5. So most of us have our week 5 numbers. I just wanted to give us time to like process those numbers and make sure we get them all dialed in before we report them next week. But tomorrow starts the last week because we all know what our week 5 looks like now. So tomorrow starts the last week of this freight race, so we really only got one more week to try and see what we can do. So Trucking Together's on your heels there, Nevada, and we're all just the rest of us are all just chasing Nomad on the solo side.
Yeah, I'm chasing you. I'm not chasing Nomad no more. I just
gave up.
look, I even joined Nomad Squad. See, I got the same shirt.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah, I'll conveniently be running until the race is over. So I got one more week, and I'm going home for a little bit.
Yeah. Hey, that's awesome.
What were Kyle's numbers?
Net
For the
10.
month.
For the month, 36,164.
For a team, wow.
And you're not far behind with 24 being solo, only running 2 weeks.
Yeah, no, I'm interested to see how this plays out come the end of this thing. Like how having your own numbers, the team versus solo, least on whatever, how all that plays out. What would technically be the better way to do it if you wanted to get into trucking? You know,
Yeah.
I'm really interested in seeing it because I honestly believed after Landstar took my cut, because if I just left it Landstar's cut, last week would have been a 10 grand week, no problem, you know, but they get their 35%. But I honestly thought that Nick or BT would be running away with it, having their own numbers. I really thought that.
I really think that the market you're in, the lanes you run matters like infinitely.
Oh, definitely.
I think if I was on my own authority out there, maybe it would be a little closer at least. But it also, you know, Landstar has how many connections with people that they're going to get loads that don't hit load boards, that don't hit other brokers. You know, they're getting you cream of the crop freight because they are who they are. You know,
well, someone said in the
absolutely.
comments that they were curious if you were to run all the weeks, how close you would be to us, the teams.
Oh, I'm sure
Over at Landstar.
if I put down the miles, you know, like you guys do, constantly run and stay out, you know, 2 weeks at a time, go home for 2 days, then go back out. I'm sure I would be. I'd be right there with you guys.
I've been on the road for 2 months.
Yeah,
I can't do it, dude.
So even if he just had another week like he had last week, where he just does a nightly run and then comes home, even if he just had that week in his week 2, you know, add another $6,600 onto this, he'd be right at like 30,000, like right behind Trucking Together, pretty much, give or take.
You missed 2 weeks, right?
No, just one.
Just one.
I've been off 1 week that we've talked about, and I've been home nightly on the other 2 weeks. So 3 weeks, and then I was out for 1 week. Yeah. No, the other week, my first week was a $12,000 load, and it was just a 1,200 miles, something like that. So it wasn't even.
It was ridiculous.
3-4 days worth of work. I mean, I'm not hustling.
If you would have done,
I feel
the same
bad
thing
now. I feel like I need to go to work and pay somebody to let me work.
So I took the 24 and I averaged it over 3. It gives you 8. And let's just assume that you made the same average on that fourth week that you didn't run.
Yeah.
You'd be at 32,000 right now, which is right behind the coattails of both teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's impressive.
Yeah. I appreciate it. I'm kind of shocked, really, at how well I'm doing as far as not working and still being ahead of this thing. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it kind of gets me excited to maybe be out in Tennessee next year and see if you know, that freight market is as good as you're making it look, because you're making it look really good.
Oh, I mean, I usually, last week I went live after we did this thing here, and I was showing people the load board, what it looked like from A to B, wherever they wanted to know, and I might do it again tonight. I don't know. It was a lot of fun. Gave out a lot of information.
Oh, shoot. I missed. Jessica said, all right, got to go pick up Lucy. Good night, all. Gus says, hi, Dad. So I want to say hi to Gus. Hopefully he's still watching. Hi, Gus. Love you, buddy. Miss you, dude. All right. Trucking Together had a question in the chat. They said, hey, Nick, do sign-on bonuses count? I think we have another payout coming up for that. No sign-on bonuses. Only talking free. the great freight race, not the great sign-on bonus race. All right.
Hey Nick. Hey Nick, my daughter wants to say hi to your son. Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
I got it.
Okay.
Nice.
And technically, it's income because they came in, they signed on to a carrier, and to compete with me, I would be fine with it because I'm new too with the owner op. So we kind of like are in similar situations. If they wanted to throw a bonus in, I wouldn't care.
Yeah, no, I want to keep it just the freight. Keep the freight because that's a one-time payment that they're getting, you know, or however. I think they split it up into multiple payments, but still, it's a one-time thing that they're gonna get. So
Okay, I was gonna say I could have my boss wire me some money and we could make it fair.
yeah. Hey, you're gonna tell them, hey, can you give me an advance on next month's wages so I can win this race? You'll have the check to prove it. Look at all my check stubs. Look, I made 35,000 in 2 weeks. All right. Well, does anyone else have any questions in the chat? Because Marcus Tillman said Midwest lanes are the best lanes to run in. I think you're correct. Midwest and South seem like they've got some good freight.
No,
Really good freight. And I'm up here in Minnesota for my week 5, and the reason I came up to Minnesota, it's about 2,000 miles up here, and I could have done 2,000 to Tennessee. It would roughly be about the same amount of miles. But I decided to come up to Minnesota because they actually do have some freight that goes back to California from up in this area, Minnesota, Wisconsin. So that pays a little bit better than Nashville, Tennessee numbers. So Tennessee, I don't know what they think, but they think you're going to come back to California for like $3,000. But at least up here, it pays a little bit better than that. Maybe an extra 1,000 or a little more. So it kind of evens out the numbers to come up to where I'm at. So anyways, that's a preview of my week 5, week 6. Does anyone else? Let's see. Oh, there you go. Alice said we might have to give up the home time to run some extra loads this week, trying to catch Nevada. All right, hey, here you go. Matt, why don't you define Midwest?
Midwest. I would say Kansas City to Pittsburgh, and then kind of between there. That's where I run. That's what I do. I generally don't go any higher in Chicago unless it's just paying really good. But yeah, between those two cities, Kansas City to Pittsburgh, that's kind of where I think it's at.
Yeah. And
you go past Pittsburgh into Philly, and then you deal with a lot of the New England freight, and it's kind of a little more difficult to get out of there to come back at it. But
yeah, and I think probably most people would say Pennsylvania is kind of northeast and Ohio is kind of Midwest, but it's a blurry line, I think.
Oh, yeah, it's a big line for sure.
There you go. Marcus Tillman has an answer. Michigan, Ohio, Illinois, Missouri. So that's his definition of Midwest.
Yeah.
And the South, because you run in and out of Tennessee, obviously where you live. So you run Tennessee, but do you ever go south, or do you stay mainly up there in Ohio and Michigan and all that?
I'll run. I usually stay north of Florida. I don't really want to go into Florida because then everybody coming out of Florida is trying to, coming up to Atlanta or Macon, something like that. Yeah. But generally, I'll go down to Birmingham or Tuscaloosa or something, something like that. Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. Louisiana, Mississippi.
When's the last time you went south?
Oh, geez. You know when the last time I went south was? Yeah, it's probably 2 months ago. I went to Alabama. It's been a while.
Yeah.
It might have been those auto parts that I was running out of Smyrna.
Okay, that's right. Yeah, you were running in and out of. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
What about you, Mark? You said you'll run anywhere where the money is, but Mr. Nomadic Brit, what's your favorite lanes to run?
I like staying in the Carolinas, like South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama. Just keep going, because that way then I can stop at the house on the way through in Georgia, because I can just keep. And because I'm under like the taxman, I can. Well, if the taxman's watching, I can still claim the per diem. So, but at the moment, so I'm in Tennessee at the moment. I go back down to Chattanooga tomorrow. Then I come back across to Harriman in Tennessee, back to Chattanooga. Then I'll go up to Wisconsin.
Oh, you're gonna be up near where
then
I'm
back
at.
down south. Yeah, I don't go up there until like Friday. I'll be up there Friday.
Gotcha.
And then I bring one back down because then I'm off. I'm off Tuesday. Tuesday I'm off because it's my birthday, so I'm going to be 21 again.
Get down.
So I'm taking a couple of days off.
That's good.
Team Tiny's
Good,
there.
good. Yeah,
Evening,
Team
Mr.
Tiny is
Tiny.
in the house. Cool. And then Nevada, you said you changed lanes. I wanted to actually ask you more about that. And since we're talking lanes, so how did you shift it? You're running less miles for more money. So what lanes are you focusing on right now?
Trying to stay west.
Okay.
So that's the goal, is stay west. But if like we just came back from Georgia, but we were getting $4+ a mile to go out there. So
we're willing you get to come back.
We're going up to is like a little over 3. It was like 8. It was 82 going out there from Idaho, and then from Georgia coming back, we popped up the Tennessee, picked up, and then 6,000 coming back. So super light though.
6,000 coming back is, I mean, Larry was just out and he had to piece together multiple loads to get that 6,000 to get all the way back to California.
Yeah. Well, next week it's looking over 12,000 already.
Nice.
And we've only done 2 loads, and we were off for like 3 of those days.
Nice. So you guys got some.
We took a little home time, I guess you can call it. We got a hotel up in NorCal and stayed with my wife's family.
That's right. Okay, I remember
for a few
seeing
days,
that.
So.
Yeah, that's right. Because that's where you were last. Was it last Sunday when we did the live that you were there, or was it something else? I forget.
Yeah.
Maybe it was just a text. Oh, okay, it was okay. Yeah. So that's cool. That's good. And it's kind of one of the cool things about trucking is you want to go somewhere and visit people, you can just find a load that goes that direction and go.
Sure.
That's cool. And then Larry, so since your East Coast trip, what have you been staying close to home, running California only, running up to Reno? What's been your lanes of choice lately?
Yeah, last week I ran basically the same, Phoenix, and then back up, and then stayed local for a couple of days. And then, yeah, that was pretty much last week. I mean, I want to make more for the race, but I mean, I still got issues. I mean, I still got family things going on with football and stuff like that. So the priorities are, and that's why I said I really hope we do this race again, and I'll be able to have a little bit more time to just to take some space away. Maybe come springtime or something. So, but yeah,
it's funny because when I thought I thought this would be a good time for me to be away from the family, but there's just never a good time when you got 4 kids and when like my whole family all planned to go to an LA Rams game this next weekend. So I got to get back to California to make sure I'm there for that, because it was like when my dad started getting really sick with cancer, they all planned this trip that we would all go together. So it's like all the men in my family going to this football game, and so it's kind of important to me to go. I mean, it'd be fun to go to any NFL game for any reason, but especially because it's kind of a family thing and a chance for all the men to get together. And with my dad still battling cancer, don't know, there's tomorrow's not guaranteed to any of us, but especially when someone's sick, you kind of cherish every moment with them. So I'm gonna miss out on some revenue for the last week of the freight race because I'm going to go do that. And I've been gone now. I will have been gone from my house for 8 days, 9 or 10 days by the time I get home. So I'm going to want to spend a couple days at home before I go to this football game down in Southern California. So anyway, it's, family matters, man. Family matters. And this race is cool. And there's times where you can kind of put your head down and just work. But You got to balance it out, otherwise your life is gonna suck. You'll have lots of money, but your life's gonna suck.
Well, it comes down
Business
to
as
like,
usual.
yeah, it comes down to like you were saying though before. It's like it's not like you see the numbers that we're making, and one of the reasons that I got my own numbers is so if I wanted that year, the day that you're doing with the LA trip or whatever, that's why I got my own numbers. I don't have anybody going to tell me, yeah, you can't go.
Yep.
I'm going to hit on money, but I'm going. So I can spend it, and that's how I look at it. Well worth it.
Yeah, the freedom, and it sounds like, I mean, Kyle, you guys have a good relationship with your carrier, so you guys can pretty much run how you want to run, right? More or less. If you guys need time off, he doesn't worry about that at all.
Even when we were company guys, yeah, we can go out home for a month. I mean, not last year, year before that, we took a whole month off.
Yeah.
But we'll run. We're runners, so we'll go out for 6 weeks, go home for a week and a half, 10 days, something like that.
Yeah.
But we're together too. I'm with my wife out here. So this is my family. So it's a little bit easier for us to do this.
Yeah.
But we're at that burnout stage where we're wanting to sleep in, we're not wanting to switch drivers, so we're ready for a week.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That it happens.
Absolutely. I was
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry. This guy's saying In-N-Out's overrated. Whataburger's better. And I don't know. I think someone should. If anyone is sitting next to Abraham right now, or Rizpe, if anyone is sitting within arm's reach of him, just smack him in the back of the head for me, please.
Yeah. In-N-Out's way better than Whataburger.
In-N-Out's totally better. 100%. Since Mark does the tanker load, I had a load pop up that was available out of Nashville. It was a round trip. Paid $5,000, 688 miles. It's a tanker trailer hazmat load round trip down to Greer, South Carolina. $727 a mile, 688 miles, and it's a power only load, so you don't even use Landstar's trailer. You haul a tanker. I've never actually physically hauled a tanker. Otherwise, I would do it, but I'm good.
Do you have your hazmat endorsement?
I have hazmat and tanker, but I've never physically hauled a tanker.
Well, if you're just taking the trailer and dropping it, and someone else is going to offload it for you, then you literally have no reason not to do it. They just go do it. It's easy money.
No, it goes through South Carolina, so it goes through the mountains, and I'm not. No, my first tanker load is not going to be through the mountains. I'm not. No, I'm good.
All right.
No, I have no desire to test fate right now. All right.
Yeah, your truck. You're trying to stretch your truck out too. Trying to stretch that rebuild out a little longer. So SGS said. So the key to this is Velox needs to stop making kids. Yep. Yeah, you're probably right. That's probably right. Marcus Tillman asked Velox, how is the new Peterbilt ordered? Mine back in June. Should be here by November. Was it worth it to you to buy the new Pete? Looking forward to getting it. Yeah, for me, I'm enjoying having a brand new truck. Not having any issues. And anything I have had an issue with, I just take it to the dealership and they work it out. So that is the benefit of the new truck, and I'm digging it.
It's worth every dollar. It's worth every dollar. I'm in the same boat.
Yeah, I mean, I've owned an older truck, and sure, the new truck costs way more, and it even costs more than my repair bills and my truck payments combined for the old truck, but you're running so much more, and it's just easier. Like, you don't have to stress about your truck breaking down and trying to see if you can limp it back to the yard so you don't have to pay for a tow truck or to the shop, or it's I don't know. Life is easier. So
Nick, have you run into any situations where you couldn't get the truck into a door? Being out in Cali, you probably run into it a little bit more than I would. But I've never had an issue getting my truck in any of these doors.
Oh, like back in no. The tightest one is Compton, the Ralphs in Compton, and I got lucky. The 2 times I've been there, they put me on the other side where there's actually more room to get in. But everywhere else, I try to avoid certain places that I know are really tight, like Vernon and those kind of places. I really don't like to go into LA, which is where the tightest docks are. I'm not interested in LA. I like to stay in the Inland Empire, Riverside, Ontario. There's just as much freight, if not more freight, going out there than LA, and coming in and out over there is just way easier than going into the beast that is Los Angeles. Let's see. GNC Family Trucking said, like In-N-Out, it's better than Whataburger, but Five Guys is number one. Hey, I respect that point of view. At least Five Guys is in the conversation. All right, but Whataburger's not even in the conversation. It's just not.
I would rather have Five Guys over Whataburger, but Whataburger, it's just too expensive. Like, why do I got to pay $78 for 4 burgers and fries? I don't. Why? It costs way too much.
Well, because
I don't see the benefit in it because you get
clearly because you're making $23,000 in 1 month, so you got the money to spend.
I got to spend it somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Overpriced burger.
Caesar Vargas said, "Good stuff, teams. You guys are raking in the dough." Let's see. Luis Pino said, "Money spent with family is so much more enjoyable, and that's why drivers hustle to make that money." I think it means time spent, but same thing, right? Because that is so valuable.
Well, even the money you spend, I mean, you go out and make that money, and then you go to a theme park. You spend that money that you made with your family. So yeah, time and money spent that you make on the road is so much better with you than you spend.
Or you buy ducklings and chickens.
I've done the
Great Day.
How many days, even as hard as me and my wife drive, if you add up all the days that we take off compared to how many somebody who works a 9 to 5, we're like 30 days shy of you guys. Except for we're doing all our home time in blocks. Like we'll take 2 weeks, 3 weeks off. We'll go to Hawaii or we'll do whatever we want to do. But we come out here, we hustle, we get things done. But we're still putting aside time for life.
Yeah,
you got to.
Yeah,
and we do it kind of high roller status because we got all this money we haven't been spending while we're on the road. And we kind of look at the bank account, we're like, all right, let's spend some of that, you know.
I honestly, that's enticing. It's kind of an exciting way to do it. You know, just run hard. I mean, when I did the grape season last year, that's basically what my mentality was. Like when you know that there's like an end date, and you just have to push a little bit longer. You know, you just got to get these short, naps in instead of full nights of sleep, and you just got to push a little bit harder to make one more good paycheck, and then you can kind of see the end coming. It kind of motivates you to push through maybe a little longer than if it's just like, I'm going to be doing this forever and I'm tired and I just want to take a break. It's a lot different if you dangle Hawaii in front of yourself and you say, hey, we just got to work a little bit harder so we can make enough money so that we can go to Hawaii, in 2 weeks. And you just, we've been working for 2 months straight, but if we just work these next 2 weeks, then Hawaii will be here and
buy the plane tickets, rent the room, and then you got to save up to actually do stuff when you're there. There you go.
Yeah. Anyway, that's cool. Team Tiny threw his input in on the truck conversation. He said truck's going to get the money either way. New truck costs way more. Old truck costs maintenance and downtime. He's trying to get a new truck in 2022. So I know, Mark, you've been kind of holding off on maybe getting another truck, but if things kind of stay good like this. Sorry, go ahead.
If I just want to see I just want to see what it looks like come sort of about April of next year, because this truck's still running fine, even though I've obviously hiked up the miles. So I've got like 930,000 miles on it, but it doesn't burn oil. It doesn't do anything. It just keeps going and going and going. So it's better to do what you know at times, really, than and just wait and see what happens, But this whole truck thing at the moment, you hear horrible stories where people are waiting weeks for work to be done on their trucks and stuff like that. I've not had anything catastrophic like that. It's just I do the oil changes and a lot of the work on it myself, so I don't have a lot of downtime.
Yeah, and you're saving money. Keeps that take home number pretty high there.
Saves a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'd rather spend money wisely on the truck. I don't do engine rebuilds and things like that, but I do a lot of the other stuff. Anything I can do, I'll do myself because it gets me out of the truck doing stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
I got to get out of here, Nick. I'll catch you guys later.
All right, Larry. All right, yeah, we should wrap this up. I've been trying to keep these to 30 minutes, but I'm in a hotel room tonight, so I was gonna just let it roll. But we'll.
I just got
We can see the ball game in the background. We know what's going on.
No,
Well,
it's not on actually.
mine.
Who is it? Is it Green Bay and Niners tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
All right.
with me being home, they had me barbecue. So, I mean, I got like 15 kids in here right now because all their friends and everybody else. So
That's awesome.
I'm outside now. And so they're all like trying to come out. So it's more like just we're having the family time. So.
And the weather's finally starting to get nice for you guys. You guys.
It's like it got to like 88 today, but right now it's like 72.
Yeah. I think it's the same temperature here in Minnesota. Like at sunset, it was like 78 degrees, something like that, 80 degrees. So
That's nice.
Minnesota and California have the same weather for like 2 days here, and then they'll go in opposite directions. So
I'll catch you guys later, man. You guys have a good one.
all right, see you, Larry. We'll sign off on this one, guys. Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you everyone for watching, and we got 2 more weeks of numbers to report to you guys. But us racers, this is the last week. We're starting the last week tomorrow, so we're finishing week 5 today, and week 6 starts tomorrow. So we'll report week 5 numbers next Sunday night. See you guys there. We'll be live, and see you guys. Peace.
Later.